What if your life was measured not by what you could build, or protect, or become, but by how softly the light fell on your face, by the smoothness of your skin beneath another man's gaze? In some centuries of ancient China, that was not a metaphor, it was a system. You were not born to live a life. You were born to be assessed. Your childhood was not guided by affection, but by potential. Neighbors did not ask if you were healthy or curious. They asked if you were beautiful, if your voice was still unbroken, if your hands were unmarked by labor, if your body still looked untouched by time. You were never told this directly. Children rarely are, but the adults knew, and eventually, so did you. History remembers the suffering of female concubines in detail. Their stories fill scrolls, poems, and tragedies. But beside them existed another quiet population, boys whose lives were reduced to euphemisms, nan, chong, male favorites, tongling, beautiful young spirits, soft words for a brutal reality. For over 1,000 years across the Han, Tang, Song, and Ming dynasties, boys were bought, trained, renamed, consumed, and erased. Not soldiers, not scholars, not sons, but ornaments shaped to survive inside silk cages. Their story almost always began with hunger, not their own, their families'. A flood ruins the crops, a drought empties the granaries, silver disappears. Desperation settles into the bones of the village, and then someone whispers that a beautiful son can fetch a price. Daughters are sold into labor. Sons, if they are soft enough, are sold into silence. The men arrive quietly, on horseback, with clean robes and practiced smiles. Talent scouts, traders known by names that translate chillingly close to human teeth. They bring contracts your parents cannot read, stamped with seals that look like authority and hope. They speak gently. They talk about opportunity, about education, about refinement. Your mother stands behind the doorframe and does not meet your eyes. Not because she does not love you, but because love cannot survive shame like this. The inspection is clinical. You are told to undress. They check your teeth for decay, your hands for calluses, your shoulders for width, your hips for softness. They tilt your head, inspect the angle of your jaw, the length of your neck, the brightness of your eyes. They speak about you as if you are not present. You are not weighed for strength. You are weighed for how long you might remain beautiful. Your voice is tested. You are asked to walk, to smile, to recite any poetry you know. Not because they care what you've learned, but because they are calculating what you could become. You are an investment. If they decide you are suitable, it happens quickly. One nod, one exchange of silver, one contract sealed with red ink. There is no farewell. You are taken before your parents can change their minds, or before you can beg them not to let you go. Your old name disappears first. You are given a new one, always delicate. Jade blossom, autumn moon, crimson willow, names meant to suggest beauty, fragility, and grace, names meant for objects, not children. Your head is shaved, your clothes are burned, silk replaces cotton, perfume replaces sweat. When you see yourself in the mirror, you do not recognize the boy staring back. That is the point. Training begins immediately, not education erasure. You are taught how to bow without sound, how to kneel without resistance, how to smile without emotion. You memorize poetry until the words lose meaning. You practice calligraphy until your fingers bleed. You learn music, kin, flute, zither while your stomach aches from controlled hunger. This is not culture, it is conditioning. You are taught to move beautifully even when exhausted, to speak charmingly even when afraid, to serve tea with hands that never tremble, to read a man's mood before he opens his mouth. Disobedience brings beatings. Displeasure brings starvation. Crying brings isolation. If you resist too often, they stop hurting you and start ignoring you. Silence becomes a punishment, and silence, after a while, becomes unbearable. Slowly, the boy you were is dismantled. The one who ran barefoot through fields, the one who laughed too loudly, the one who thought the world might belong to him. In his place, they build something quieter, smaller, more useful. Someone who can survive in a cage lined with silk. The wealthy come to inspect you when training is nearly complete. Officials, merchants, sometimes monks who pretend not to look too closely. They examine you like prized animals. They want charm, wit, grace, someone who can quote the classics and look beautiful doing it. When you are chosen, you are delivered like a gift. You sit silently as your new owner decides where you will sleep, what you will wear, how you will be addressed. You are no longer a student. You are property. Your position is strange. Above servants, below wives, untouchable and disposable at the same time, a beautiful ghost in a painted cage. In poor cities and wealthy provinces, entire industries revolve around boys like you. Some households keep wings filled with male concubines. You are not rare. You are part of a system so normalized that no one thinks to question it, but the truth remains unchanged. You were a child. Now you are an object. Each morning begins before sunrise. Cold water, no warmth, no comfort. You groom yourself for hours, smoothing away sleep, smoothing away anything human. The mirror shows no boy, only something being prepared.